that time again. Grab a friend, sit down, no wind a bit. Tack and J, keeping it real. Can't you see the appeal? They got the jokes, the smoke, and the current events. You know the deal. Soak up that lemon water, tell all your friends. Encouragement for your flourishment is where we begin. Have you heard of it? It's substance. Where have you been? Free your mind.
Yo, welcome back to another episode of Lemon Water Chronicles podcast, man. I'm your host, Tac. Tonight we got Ed, man. He is the owner of EBO Beard Butter, man. He's in the house. Y'all give it up for him, man. Give it up. Man, how you doing?
I'm good, man. Happy to be on. Appreciate you giving me the opportunity to come speak my truth about what's going on with the brand and just in general, man. I appreciate that.
Oh yeah, facts, man. Like I'm a user myself of your product as well. I think my favorite version is Ladies Love It. I like that one. And what's the it's a fruit. It's a certain fruit when I tried two different ones. Huh?
Is it star fruit?
Well, did you have a passion fruit one at one point?
I had star fruit. You remember it was just called a certain fruit name?
It had the red
red. Probably black raspberry and vanilla, maybe. If it had a red label.
Raspberry. I think it was raspberry.
Black raspberry and vanilla.
But Ladies Love It was the first one I bought. Because like when the backstory behind how I came into it, you know, I know Ja, that's your boy.
Yeah,
that's so like boy. You know what I'm saying, in the wedding back in the day, you know what I'm saying, we all collabed like that. And so like, you know, the whole crew, I thought the whole crew just had like mad love, and I appreciate the, you know, the vibes that y'all provided and everything. And so then when I found out about your products, and I was like, this dude is like internationally known, like the way you got it up on the, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's nice.
I'm trying to get right, man. Every time I'm trying to get new people, new places, new customers, man. I'm just trying to keep expanding it. And it's crazy, like from that time that we first linked up, it's great to see like what it has become. Like,
yeah,
because even at that point, that was the early stages. I probably was like maybe 2 years in at that time, not even a full 2 years in. That
okay,
about 2016, I think.
Yeah, that's about the time frame it was. And I was
that was 2 years in. Like I started in November of 14, so 2016, I was still trying to like get it out here to the people and
yeah.
build a foundation for real, just like a lot of groundwork. But you know, since then, no, it's still been good. I'm blessed to still be doing it.
Yeah.
Since the time frame, you know, going into where we are, it was 2022, so it'd be 8 years in November.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know, to be at that stage of it and that point of it is a blessing.
Rolling
in this day and age when it comes to business. So I'm grateful 100% for that.
Oh yeah, you got to always express gratitude and everything that we do as creatives and you know, filmmakers, artists, beard butter connoisseurs, man. Like, you know, it's all, you know what I'm saying? It's just a blessing to be like in a collective of people that love what they do, live what they love, you know what I'm saying, and just kind of flow it out. Yeah.
And that had an opportunity to share with other people. Like that's the cool part too, to, you know, to be able to take your talent or the gift you was given and to be able to share it with other people around the world that just may need it, you know,
Right.
So that's been another part of it that I think is always cool, just to see that, you know, you got so many different people wanting to be a part of what you got going on or want to support or use or whatever it is you're doing, whether it's a good or a service or something like that, just have that kind of backing from just people all over that want to support it and want to see you do good, genuinely want to see you do good, not just for their benefit, but like even if they're not getting nothing from it, they just happy to see you be able to make something happen. Like that's been like one thing I could say I've been blessed with too, to have a lot of just genuine people like wanting to see me actually win with nothing that, you know, of course they people, a lot of times people do things because they want to get something from it.
Yeah.
Now, like just seeing what for me, it's like a lot of people do stuff, retweet my stuff, whatever it is, but they don't want nothing from me. They just genuinely seeing how I started, seeing what it was, and just like, nah, dude, still pressing, you know, and you know, from what some people tell me, it's like it's inspiring to them. And I'm like, for me, it's just life. You know what I mean? You're not even going into it on that. Like, you just doing it. And then it's cool to also see them same people do what they doing and pop it off like that. So it's like, damn, it's cool. Like, it's like, okay, that's what it's supposed to be like, you know, because somebody inspired me, the next person. So you never know who you touching, but you watch other people too. And everybody pull inspiration from the next man. That's how we continue to win and continue to ball, all that type of good stuff.
Yeah, I like the way you broke that down, man. Because that pretty much is like, I feel like how all of us should continue to try to strive to be, just as who we are. You know what I'm saying? Like in our essence and everything like that. Just stay true, stay true to what we believe. Because if you don't believe it, nobody else is gonna believe it.
That's the realest. You got nail on the head, bro. Like, how am I gonna come to you if I ask you what you do and you hesitant on telling me, and you kind of like, yeah, it's cool. I'm like, it's cool. I'm like, no, I don't want cool. I want good. Like, you gotta stand on it.
Facts.
And stand with it and have, you know, that's what you gotta be. Like, if you do anything, whatever it is you do, I'm not gonna say you gotta be like, oh, I'm the greatest, I'm the best, but you gotta have confidence in what you got. Saying, nah, this is it. Try it. Check me out. You know what I mean? I cut the greatest grass. Like, you never seen you get your cut like this before. You know what I mean? You never got your house painted like this before. Like, I don't miss them. Like, whatever it is that you do, you gotta really stand on it and be like, I'm good at it, and the people gonna want it, and people feel that energy, and they like, I do really believe in it. I make you want to support them. If you see somebody and they really passionate about it,
facts.
Like, I do really feeling this. So I want to see if it's really that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You just want to have the experience, if anything. Shoot.
Exactly. But then you discover that it's really that, and you like, oh, he was telling the truth. She was telling the truth. She really was the best cameraman that, you know, or whatever it was that they offered to you. They like, man, they, you know, because people feel that energy. People want to support that. Like, it's kind of hard to, excuse my language, to support a half-assed person. How you gonna do that?
Oh, no, yeah, you ain't gotta excuse. The language is all open, bro. Just talk. We talk real.
Oh, yeah. How you gonna support somebody that's doing half-assed work, half-assed business? Like, and that means we get a half-assed result. And I'm not in the business of doing half-assed stuff.
Agreed.
And like, you can't, you know what I mean? You ain't trying to go get no half-assed service nowhere. So why would you get at the people? You know what I mean? We go to restaurants, or we go out to any, you go to the grocery store, whatever you got to do. You ain't trying to get half-assed service. So if you in that lane, then you shouldn't provide that to people. You're supposed to give people the exact treatment you trying to get out here. You know, make some money.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, that's our rite of passage of exchange for everything that we have to do on this side of life is some kind of form of currency. So, you know, and you want to get the honest bands as much as you can. Like, I'm pretty sure we've all like gotten some bands we're not proud of that, and we are blessed to like not have to. I mean, you know, we probably have already reaped it in some kind of way, but it's like the best thing you can do is just continue to, you know, catapult yourself forward, and look past the negativity and find more ways that are going to keep you honest. Whatever it is that you're doing, you know what I'm saying? It's just honest, whatever.
100%, like, especially in just anything, because you could cut corners a lot, but
but you're gonna pay for that. You're gonna pay for that shit if you cut corners.
That's what I'm saying. The people
one way or another, you're gonna pay for that shit.
And people think it's a joke. Now, you really can't be cutting corners out here, and especially like in this business world, if you really want them premium results that you want.
Yeah.
I ain't cutting corners. I'm not giving nobody half-ass ingredients. Like, nah, best of the best that I can obtain. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not giving you something and say, well, yeah, it's good. No, I'm trying to give you the best. Like, the results speak for itself. The reviews speak for themselves. The reason why things is good, because you're giving people what they paying for, what they supposed to. You know?
And the products, I would say, like, I'm not capping. The products are good and they last a long time too. Like, I'm greedy, so I bought like 2 or 3 because I didn't know like how much I was gonna. At the time, my beard was like, yo, like, now I've cut it down since then, but the products are good. It smells good. My girl at the time, she loved it. You know, I think that might have been one of the things that locked it in. You know what I'm saying? I'm probably married today because of this man right here. You know what I'm saying? It's butter.
Hey man, you crazy. You know why Ladies Love It got the name, right? Like, you know what I mean?
That's why I bought it. Like, what you mean?
Exactly, like,
that's why I was like, Ladies Love It. I was like, I got to get that shit. I was like, I don't care what it smells like. I got to get that.
And that's what it was, because when women would smell it on you, like when I first made it and I would use it on myself, like, you know, you meet people, the homies, the homegirls, like, they're like, damn, that smells good. What's that? You know what I mean? But then the women, they really like, oh, I love that. That smells good. I like that. And they'd be like, okay. And you
love it.
The name, and you like, ladies love it, I guess. Then it's like marketing wise, like when you think about it at the time when I did it, it was just like, ladies love it. It's what man not gonna want to have that? What woman not gonna want to get that for her dude? Like that name alone kind of will, you know, catapult things. And since then, like ladies love it, been a top seller. It don't never really place. Like it's like everybody loves Lady Lane, especially right now. It's Valentine's Day. That is like
coming up. So since it is Valentine's Day coming up, do you got like a sale or what? Do you have something that you pushing right now that you want folks to know about? It pertains to that?
I haven't really been able to. I ain't really push no sale or nothing. Like it's just been so hectic. People just been coming, like ordering. And it's like I haven't got time to sit down and say, well, I want to do this type of sale, that type of sale.
Right.
But like right now, I am about to go on the 19th of this month. I actually got the opportunity to do a pop-up at Nordstrom. You know, in the mall out this end. And, you know, it's going to be cool because this is like my first time in that type of atmosphere, doing pop-up with the demographic in that area. And, you know, it's going to be cool because, you know, you can do like your own pop-up or go to like other events, but to literally be stationed in the mall and
dude, that's a huge
department. Like it's a blessing to get that. Like my boy put that together. Like he really showed love behind the scenes on that and was like, yo, you want to do this? I'm like, I didn't even know that was a thing. And he was like, let me talk to somebody. And lo and behold, February 19th, 11 to 5 p.m., I'm gonna be in the Nordstrom in Montgomery Mall in the men's section, man. And I'm excited, man. I'm gonna have washes, butters. I hope
got the wash too.
And the wash, man. People loving the washes.
Yeah, I had to get 2 of those. So I got to keep one for my mom's crib and then one for like my crib back because we moved. And so like I try to get like 2 of everything so I can have everything in place. Don't have to worry about traveling with it. Like, yeah, there's no cap, bro. Like here, it's good stuff, man. Like if you don't have a huge beard, you know, you got this shit, it's still good. Like you want it to be well moisturized.
Definitely. And it's been cool, man, just to see the different levels of facial hair that guys that, you know, that come to me and ask me about the product.
Yeah.
You know, some guys got the huge beard. Some guys got nothing. Some guys growing. Some guys got the patchy. And it's crazy to see that like the effects have been like similar for everybody, with a guy who had the full beard already, but it was dry and it was rough. Now it's moisturized. It's smelling good. It got a good shine. It's easy for him to maintain. But then you got that guy on the other end who may have had those patchy areas, those thin areas, and now it's filling in. It's going out. It's looking full. It's looking even. And like this, the DMs I get, bro. Like I get so many DMs like from dudes that's like, man, bro, your stuff work. I love this stuff. I'm a lifetime customer. And like when people like that, that's like the for me, that's the kicker. Like when you tell me like I'm a lifetime customer, like as long as you make it, I'ma buy it. I'm like, wow, like I didn't, you don't know, like you believe your stuff is good, but you don't know it's gonna have that type of effect on people.
Respect.
To that level where they like, yo, as long as you make it, I'ma buy it. I'm never stopping.
That's how I feel. Like that's how I feel about it, because it's like I know you, and it's like it means it's an honor to know the person behind the product. Because like when I saw you had the shit, I was like, damn. And like you said, you was 2 years in. That point in time, you presented so well that you made me believe that you were 10 to 15 years in, because it's like it was just already out like that. And then, you know, y'all whole crew is like that. Like y'all all are full of creatives and businessmen. And those are the kind of people that I strive to be around in my regular everyday life. And sometimes I can't get that. But then you have to go look for it and be open to receiving that possibility of connecting with folks like that. But you know, yeah, bro, like you have a product that I would definitely continue to use for life, because it's just, I don't know how to explain other than what's great is great. You know what I'm saying? Like for real.
And I appreciate it, because it took a while for me to feel that way about it. Like I knew it was good, but you never really know what the mass is going to feel.
Yeah, that's true. That's real. Yeah.
Once it get out to the masses, you kind of sitting with that anxiety, like, I feel about it. Are they gonna like it? Are they gonna care? what do they, what do people feel? But then it's like now at this point in time, I don't really feel the same anxiety and stuff because it's been a consistent thing. And that's where I also had to get that confidence where it's like, it's been consistently the same results and the same answers.
Mm-hmm.
Why feel that if you do get a review, it's going to be anything but that?
Yeah.
Like, that's true. Every time I get a review, it falls in line with everything else. Like if you go on my Etsy site, you will see 5 stars, great reviews, good product, this and that. But in the beginning, you're so nervous because you're just trying to make an impression on top of just the stigma of being a Black business owner in this world.
Yeah, you tapping into it. Keep going. Yeah.
You fall into that stigma without ever getting the opportunity. And that was one thing I always knew was there, but I prided myself. I don't know if not pride, but I pride myself.
Yeah, for sure.
Always just like not falling into that stereotype of Black businesses are unprofessional and this. And it's like people don't even give you a chance until they give you a chance and see that you're the complete opposite of what they say that most of our businesses are, because majority of the people aren't that way. We just get judged harder than the next person. That's the difference.
Very true.
Black businesses are unprofessional and things like that. It's just we get judged way harder. And then the fact that if it's 10% out of 100 that are unprofessional, it gets casted over the other 90%, as opposed to them looking at 90% of the people are good. Let's go with that narrative. But it's not. It's easier to say, well, you know this and this, and you know how. It's like I don't want to hear that shit, to be honest, because it don't fit nothing I got going on. It don't mesh with me. It don't.
That kind of energy
with a lot of people. It's a lot of people. Yourself, like that don't mesh with your brand. Like you're not unprofessional. Like, and it's like it's hard trying to fight through that.
Yeah.
You finally make it and it's like an extra accomplishment because you fighting some shit that literally is like, that's really like everybody's on, like, oh, Black, like they ready. They are, it's like people are already.
They can't wait to tear you down, bro.
They cannot wait. And when they don't, and they see it's not that, they're like, oh, okay, well, you're different. And it's like, no, I'm not different. It's a lot of us like that. Yeah. It's just get typecasted where everybody, it's crazy.
I feel like that's like your and our job, like, Ed and Tech's job to like, I don't know, like, how they talk about generational curses with the family and all that. And that's been a big push. I mean, it's always been an understanding. But then now more than ever, because it's trendy, that's been a big push with like health and healing and all that kind of shit. Like you see it all over social media, like, but it's like, it's kind of like our job to break the cycle on like janky businessmen or whatever that happen to be people, Black folk, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, we can and are professional. Like the people that I intern with for what I've done and what I do now, they were extremely professional. They were Black men. They work together. It's not like it's not a competition. Like the only competition is within yourself. Like you need to be better than your last product. That's all. Doing that over and over again, and you stay in your lane. You're not looking over nothing like that. You just running your own. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's what helped too. Like by just staying, like you said, staying in your own lane. And for me doing this, when I started it, it wasn't. I'm not gonna say it wasn't a thing, but lane was kind of, nobody wasn't doing that. Nobody 2014, and nobody wasn't making no beard product. That wasn't even like having your beard in a good standing wasn't even like cared for like that. You had like Rick Ross just because you like, oh, he got the beard, but for the most,
he wasn't even really promoting it like that. He kind of it was like just really threw out a product that was like richer than ever health, something
like. But I think that was just a brand deal where he just put his name and attached it with it.
Okay, got you.
You know how people do that. You license your name and it's like that. But again, like for the lane, like so when I did it, it wasn't really a thing until you kind of push it and keep pushing it. And then, in my area, like, the average person wanted to do clothes or
and that's a big like too.
Yeah, and that wasn't my lane. I'm like, I buy clothes. I don't make, like, that's just how, like, I'm being honest. I know my strength. I'm not a designer. I like to buy clothes. I like to look at things, but to the actual creative process, I was like, I can't make clothes. I can't sing. I can't rap. I'm trying to make some money. I'm fresh out of school. What can I do? Jobs not hiring. What can I do?
What was your original reason for going to school, like your field of study?
go to school, get out the city. I honestly never planned to go to college, bro. I'm not knocking college. It just, when I did it, it was just like a life. My teacher really the reason. I always tell the story, like if it wasn't for him, I would have never went to college because I didn't plan it. And it's not like my parents didn't want me to go. They just were the parents that always kind of give me the opportunity to make my own decisions.
Yeah.
They wanted me to go, but they won't press me because they know me, like, you can't press me to do nothing if I don't want to really do it.
True.
But I had a teacher, my senior, well, not through just through high school, but he was like, we was real cool. So when with our school, colleges would come and they accept you on site if you got the right SAT scores and things. So when schools came, usually like my senior year, I would have one class a day. So I'm out of school at 10 in the morning, I'm done. So I usually wait till noon with the homies. So they get out at noon. I would wait with them, wait in his class, like, yo, let me chill in here on the computer. He was the graphic design teacher. So we got all the Mac. And I had his class. I said, yo, let me just come in here because 9 out of 10, if I got to come in here on the days with my schedule, I got to come in here in the afternoon. I'm not coming from my side of town all the way up here to come to school. I already knew I wasn't.
Right.
So one morning they got the colleges there. He like, Ed, why you ain't down there applying? I said, look, I really don't, I don't really care for school like that. I'm not really, because I don't even like being in here, but I'm smart. I just don't like being in here. I don't like being
right. You got other things you could be doing.
Yeah, like, so then he was like, well, I can't let you in here today, man. Just go down there and apply. And I'm like, I'm just trying to come in here and chill and wait for them.
Right.
So,
do my thing.
Leave at lunch. He like, nah, Ed, like, come on, man. Just go down there and apply. What's it gonna hurt? What's it gonna hurt? And I'm like, hey, man, whatever. Like, you ain't gonna let me in. You really gonna press me. He never pressed me. So it's like, all right, he really added me.
It was different this time.
It was different. So I was like, okay. So I went downstairs and applied to the schools that was there, not realizing like they give me an acceptance letter on the spot. I'm like, oh shit, I'm in college. I got to college. I called my like, Mom, I got into this school. I got into that school. She's like, you applied? I was like, I did. She was like, oh yeah, for real. She was excited. So I come home. I had applications, and then it was like, I decided to go to Norfolk State because I got into Virginia State. I was gonna go there with all the homies. But I was like, if I'm gonna do this school thing, I can't be around all my friends. It's not gonna work.
Yeah, you gotta be focused.
Gotta be. So I ended up going to Norfolk State, but I still had some homies that came and had some other homies that I knew from the city that was there. A couple of homegirls from school that I didn't know that was going, they ended up there. So it was like, I got there and I'm like, well, what is my major? I don't know what I do, but I always sold stuff growing up. I sold candy. I sold Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I sold video games, DVDs, shit. I sold my teacher my Xbox 360 in like 07. Like, like I'm always on that type time. So I ended up business management. Like I'm a dope business field. I didn't know what part of business, but I was like, well, business management is generic. I think it'll work. It's in the business field because everything else, hospitality, I didn't know nothing. Right. I didn't want to do accounting. I didn't want to do so I was like, yeah, business management, cool, whatever.
Right.
And that's how I picked it. And like that's how I went. And I did my years. I did my time.
That's what it feels like.
I mean, it was because you learn a lot about yourself in school, like outside of like the classroom. Class is really 10% of the college experience to me, in my opinion.
It is. You're correct.
And you get there, and if you're really on the campus where you're on your own, this when now discipline comes into play because now ain't nobody there to wake you up at 8 in the morning for your class.
All on you.
You get your teachers don't care. They not calling you. They like, you got to pay for this shit regardless. So you come or don't come, I'm still getting paid, and you got to retake this course and pay these $1,000. So it's like, okay, get my ass up, go to class. But you learn to budget your money, you learn to budget correctly, and then just making a lot of decisions based on like, okay, if I'm here, it's not free. I gotta take it serious. And don't get me wrong, it was a hell of an adjustment. Like coming from DC to Norfolk at that time, it was like you in the HOV lane going 80, and now you got to slow down and you going through a residential going 25. Like it was a different area. I couldn't move around like how I would at home. You know what I mean? You can't.
How far away is it from where how far away did you go?
It's 3 hours. 3 hours some change from DC. But it's more like, no, DC, DC just its own little city.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's like its own city. They took DC only 10 by 10 miles. So they took parts of Maryland, parts of Virginia, and made the capital. But Norfolk is about 3 hours away in Virginia, like near Virginia Beach and all that area. So it's kind of like, I'm not gonna say country, because it's not, but it's country. Because you come from here. You coming from
and then you switch over to
Metro, here you got Metro, so you get on the train. That's how you not like at school to go to school in the morning, like you ride public transportation with everybody that's going to work. So you on the train with people that work in the government, construction, like everybody's on the train, everybody's on the bus. So you go from that to like, you can't get around unless you got a car. The food different, everything is just different. And then living on campus was different, like sharing a public bath, all that was like so overwhelming.
Yeah.
You trying to adjust with, you like, man, I hate it down here. Like, you don't like it. And then it's like, you eventually get used to it. And then you realize like I wanted to come home like probably like 2 weeks into the first semester.
Yeah.
My mother like, nah, her and my pops like, look, just finish the semester for us, stick it out. Right. All right, cool. Finish the semester. I'm like, I ain't really feeling it, whatever. Just do the second semester, at least finish your freshman year. All right, whatever, I come back. Then after that, you like, shit, it ain't that bad. It's not that bad. It's, you know what I mean? It's an adjustment. Then you meet people, you start meeting girls, you start making more friends, then you getting used to the environment. You come home on break, you like, shit, I'm ready to go back to school.
Right.
And it's crazy because like I said, my parents know. Like I wasn't no big, school person, but I'm glad I went. And I didn't do bad while I was there. I wasn't down there around like, shit ain't free. And you learn, you do learn. You'll pick up what you want to pick up if you decide to really take it serious. So, I'm glad I did it. Like if it was up to me, that's one thing I could say. Like I wish everybody had the opportunity just to attend it. Everybody don't stay. They tell us that before you get there. They'll let you know, like you're gonna have friends that you meet that's not gonna finish the first semester, first year, let alone all four. But like the experience you gain there, bro, like you definitely learn a lot about yourself. You learn to be dependable on yourself. You learn to see like what your strengths and weaknesses are, like, and then you kind of be able to figure that out. And then I was able to carry that over into, the business world in real life. Like, but even while I was there, I was doing my own little hustles. Like you had whatever people wanted, like you got to make some money.
Right.
That meal plan not enough. You want to go to the parties. You want to do this.
Yeah, you're still trying to turn up and all that.
Yeah, you got to have money for the good party favors and all that back then. So, my thing, I was able to always hustle. Like that was my goal. Like, so I'm selling clothes. Like I'm out the dorm. I got little starter jackets or stuff I get from the thrift store. Then my later year in college, like, you hustling the bundles. I'm selling hair out my dorm. You know what I mean? Like that was the real hustle. Like selling hair was like it. Like between that and work study, I was good. I ain't have to call home. Like people was wilding. Like, you get your little snide remarks. Or you selling hair? I said, yeah, I made $1,700 in a day.
Oh yeah, you can't beat that.
Dorm, and
you rich. Like that's rich in college. Like, you ain't got to work on nothing else.
1,700, and you in the dorm. Hey mom, I made 1,700 off the head. Here you go 1,000. I'm gonna keep 7. Bam. They like, damn, how you get rid of it that quick? I said, I know the right people.
Right.
I know the right people. This good quality. And once I got the okay from a certain person, and she was like, this is it. I was like, let's go. And
where would you say like that drive comes from? Because like it's like I can hear it in everything you're saying. Like, how do you like when you're not feeling like up to yourself or just things that's happening in the world and stuff like that? How do you block that out and focus on what it is? Like, what is your determination? Like, where does it come from?
It's a lot of things. I mean, one, you just got to. In reality, like I'm just as blunt as it is. Like you ain't got a fucking choice. Like you gotta live. You got to pay bills. You got to make money. That's just a part of it. The world we live in, you can't do nothing that you particularly want to do without it. I can't have this shop without paying bills. I can't have nothing, so I got to work. But what keep me going is the fact that like what I sell, what I do, touch the people. So some days you don't want to make no jars. You don't want to make no shampoos. But like I said, them DMs I get about guys feeling, more confident having their bids, being happy or looking good. Women DM me like I buy this for my husband and my boyfriends and they love it. My dad loves it. Like that's the stuff that keep you going because you seeing that it's touching people in the way that for you, and you just making a product, you enjoy doing it, but now you seeing that it's hitting people in a way that you never expected. And for them to respond the way they respond to me, like it's a blessing again, because like you don't know, and it's so many people trying to start some business or create some business that they fail. Some people do genuinely fail, and it's not no knock on them, because you can always come back and try again.
Yeah.
But be in a position that not only did you start something, but people like it and it's successful and it's able to grow on its own, you know what I mean? And it's growing and people loving it. Like that motivates you to do better, on top of being able to see the stuff that you can do from what you've been able to accomplish, like being able to like just do certain things for family that, you know what I mean, certain situations, or just being at a place in life where you like, I know I ain't never got to do or operate like that again, because I'm in a position where it's not that, like, I don't have to, not saying I don't eat certain things, but I don't have to eat a certain way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or I know my grandma good. I know she, you know what I mean? She got what she gonna have what she need. You know what I mean? Or, you know, like my brothers, I'm the oldest. You know what I mean? I have a lot
of zone basically for everything.
So you making sure that, like, so that's motivation to know that, like, if my little brothers need something, cool, your grades good in school, I bet you get, I could hook you up with some kicks, or you want to go out with a chick or whatever on your little date or whatever, I don't mind giving you a couple of dollars. My other brother, he's in college, you good, you know what I mean? He about to graduate in May. I got another brother, he's like 19, figuring it out.
Yeah.
You know, this is what you doing? All right, cool, I can help you there. My younger two brothers, they like 14. This what you need, you in school, your grades right. Like, you know, just that's my motivation, being able to really like help people. Like, I like to do stuff for myself, but like I said, just to see that, like, you know, if my grandma needs something, my mom, my dad, and then to see the excitement on their face to be able to about what I'm doing to other people, you know, that's really like motivational, because, you know, you really, I mean, I don't know if it's everybody, but if one thing you always want to do is like make your parents proud.
Yeah.
Like, genuinely proud, like to say like my son is doing something constructive and he's successful.
Yeah.
And he's happy. And he happy, and having the possibility to actually, like you said, when we talk about generational wealth and changing the direction of the family, to know you are in a position to be that person to spark that, you know what I mean? To possibly be the one to change this whole shit.
Yeah.
And pressure, yeah, but you don't know, because it's like, you never seen it, but in reality, I'm like, bro, what if I pop? What if I become the first millionaire in the family? Then I know that the next group, they're gonna say this is the standard now.
Yeah.
It's too far-fetched.
They're gonna set their prices and their angles higher.
Exactly, like how now, like going to college is almost like the standard with some people, because you've seen it, it's obtainable. Like where maybe in our parents' age, that was like like, oh, okay, you went to college, it was rare. Where now it's like you going to college, it's like that's the standard of the family now. Like,
yeah,
when you got to school, you gonna continue your education, or you know what I mean. You got an idea. You not just like, if my brother's gonna come with me to an idea, it's not me looking at them like they tripping. It's like, oh yeah, you know, because the you know, I tell them all the time. I said the wildest idea could be the thing that changed your life. I never thought about
word right there
being my, you know, I never thought about a beer product being my something that changed what I got going on. I never thought that. And it was a wild idea when I first started it. I got remarks. I got people, you know, saying little crazy shit like, that's wild, beer product, who the fuck doing? You know, you get that. But then if you really believe in it and see it, you're like, damn, bro, I really changed my whole trajectory in my life with an idea. And I believe anybody could do that. Somebody might, like, everything that we look at now that something was an idea. Everything we doing, Zoom was an idea by somebody to say, well, two people can be able to be in two different places, but visually talk and have a meeting.
Same time.
And it's like,
and like the cell phone, all that.
But it was an idea. But some people might have looked at it like, that's so far-fetched. I don't know how we gonna do it. But now you did it, and you seeing how it makes the world an easier place. Like, look at that. We could be in totally different states, hours and hours away, and have these conversations and be able to spread information and talk. And it all started with somebody having this idea. So I always kind of go about it with that approach that every idea isn't bad. Every idea can be far-fetched, but every idea has a place somewhere in the world for somebody. It might not be an American idea, but you might go to the Czech Republic and whatever you came up with is the fucking one. You know what I mean? It's just about one, believing in it, and then just, you know, stepping out on faith sometimes. Like, don't get me wrong, it ain't no easy road. Like I tell anybody, like I've been doing this shit, I had to dedicate 8 years of my life to this.
Yeah.
Started on a lot of fun. I fucked up relationships. I messed up. I made mistakes. I'll always be, you know, I'll never tell people it's been a perfect journey. But at the same time, it's the journey I was supposed to take, and I love it. Like, you know what I mean? Because everything that I fucked up, I was able to learn from it and I fix it.
Yeah.
The relationships that I messed up, I was able to understand and fix them. Or not even if I didn't fix them, it was a lesson to know that the next setup, I don't do the same thing.
Yeah.
So, and it's like, yeah, and in this world, bro, like I feel like you a business owner too, bro. You literally go through every emotion with this shit.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, like, how do you manage that shit? Like, what do you do? What's like your downshift that, like, okay, like when the butter is not smooth, so to speak, in life, and then, you know, like that's a question we ask on here is when you find yourself, when life is giving you lemons, how do you make lemon water? Like, we just basically replace the whole lemonade with lemon water. So it's like, how do you make it?
I just realized like I'm meant to do this. Like I'm happy. For me, like the people around me the most, honestly, when I'm going through it, like my homies, I say, you know, Ja, you know, all them. So some days I really don't be confident. And my niggas really speak it into me. They speak it. My mom, my dad, you know what I mean? Everybody is a factor in me continuing to do this, because some days I really don't want to do this shit, bro. Like,
yeah, fact, same.
If it wasn't for my uncle, I would have quit this shit in 2017.
Mm.
And I always tell this story too, my Uncle Marco. That's like my big brother more than my uncle. But in reality, like I was about to quit this business in the summer of 2017.
What led you down that road to just thinking that you wanted to quit?
Not feeling accomplished. Like I feel like I should have been further than I was.
Okay.
Like I felt like I was supposed to be here.
Yeah.
And not realizing like, bro, you still only 3 years in. Like, what are you're building? And it's like I was making money and I was doing well, but I have expectations that I feel like I wasn't meeting, and it was fucking with me bad. Like, like I'm about to just go get me a job and figure it out from there, because this ain't it. Like I'm making money, but it's not enough. I don't know what else to do. And I talked to my uncle, and he was like, and my uncle, like I said, he like my brother, so he gonna talk to me however.
Yeah, he gonna talk to you greasy, bro.
Yeah, he said, are you making money? What the fuck? He said, you don't work for nobody. He said, right, I envy your life. I would love to get up and do something I want to do. You ain't gotta answer nobody. You ain't gotta do this. He said, you got a good product. He said, what's the problem? I said, I'm not making enough, dog. Like I'm not able to do certain things still. I'm still in this place and I'm doing all this work, and I feel like I wasn't having much to show. And literally probably like 2 weeks later, I went viral on Twitter. And this ain't been the same since that day. But it was like I was about to give up. But if it wasn't for the conversation with him and him telling me like to keep it going, like you tripping if you quit that shit, like you tripping.
Yeah. You would have regretted that shit like way more down the line. And then like, it's some shit you just can't get back when you like. You can't get back the essence of how exactly it was. Sure, you can get certain things back within reason, but the way you have the momentum that you have now, it would not probably have been the same smooth.
If I stopped and try to bring it back. And then, you know, like I said, between him and then just the homies, then, you know what I mean? Then just all the experiences that I was able to grasp, it was like, damn, you being a sucker right now if you quit. Like, this ain't you. Like, why are you gonna quit just because it ain't great? Like it's still going good. You still making more money than
still in the game.
Like you in the game. Like you not fucked up. Like you not hurting. Like you good. It's not maybe what you want or how you want it, but you there. And it's like once you get that mindset of like, I'm there, that's it. It's like, is it the greatest situation? No. Do I have it all? No. Am I where I want to be? No. But am I where I started at? Hell no. Am I doing better than I started? Hell yeah. Like everything is a plus. So it's like once you grasp that concept of like, this ain't no overnight thing and success comes when success supposed to come, you like, all right, this is it. Because you ever see that meme where the dude like digging for the diamonds and he just about to hit the...
It's like that close.
It's like that thing.
I think about that every day, like when I or in different references, yeah.
And it is just like that, bro. Like you'll literally be right there and you'll be right there and it'll just be that inch that you need to get through. But you done dug through so much shit, you tired. And then when you finally make that breakthrough, you like, God damn, it's worth it. But if I turned around and quit when I wanted to because I was feeling down on myself, then we wouldn't even be talking right now. So,
It's
you know,
true.
like that, like every experience that I've had has built me into what I am today. And that's good or indifferent. I'm never going to really say bad experiences because it was all lessons. Like I took some,
Right.
I done messed money up. I done did good with money. I done messed product up. I done did good with it. You know, it's really a learning experience to a T. And that's why I say you really go through every emotion with this business because you had that high road where you on top, you feeling good.
Yeah.
Flow and everybody's loving it. But then you have them moments where you get a customer that piss you off or
Right.
he delays you or they shit. I had companies literally that shut down on me and I needed them but then it teach you to pivot.
Find the next person.
Find another person, always have a backup to the backup. You got your primary sources, but then you got your secondary sources if you need it. It's no different from any kind of game you in. You always got to have a plug. It might not be the best, but you always got to plug on something because this plug, all of them got good product, but this one, he might charge you a little more. But this one over here, they always got the product.
They're reliable.
They reliable, but you always got to have different people in different places just in case. And, you know, it comes with the territory of business because it's never always going to be easy flowing. I don't care if you doing anything. It's always going to have its trials and tribulations. It's just about how you respond to them because life is going to throw that shit right at you. It's like, oh yeah, going good. Everything is good. Let me, you know what I mean? Even for you, life, God forbid it happen, but you could be doing good. Life will say, you know what? Let me fuck his SD card up or something. Let me mess up his.
Oh, bro, yeah, trust.
And it's like, how do you respond? And then it's like, you know what?
I would say like for me, the way I respond in situations like that, I've had that happen before. And all I could think when I was younger, I would get hot real fast. And I'd be like, fuck, like, you know, what the fuck am I going to do type shit. But then on the other side, you know, that lesson also taught me to learn more about my products that I use currently. So like whenever I shoot stuff, most of the time I have a backup card that shoots the same thing twice.
Exactly. See, it gave you that mindset
to think
this can happen.
Yes.
I'm already ready for that. Like you, even though you're not going into it expecting it, but if you never experienced it, that's when, you know, you went through it. But I'm sure when you experience, you're like, God damn, like what I'm gonna do? Like
it was crazy, bro. It was crazy.
But that's the whole point of business. Like it's going to put you through the ringer. If you can survive everything like that, bro, you're gonna be great.
So do you do EBO full time or do you have like that's all you okay?
It's literally all I do outside of like, you know, I'm always gonna have some kind of little things going on. I'm still doing clothes, I'm still hustling on Poshmark, eBay, like stuff like that, because that's just a thrill. I love going to the thrift store. I love buying stuff and flipping it. Like that's just I love doing that. Yeah. But like primary every day, I come in here every day. I work every day. I ship out damn it every other day. The way I operate, and you know, God has blessed me to be able to do that. It has been able to, you know, the people that you know patronize what I got going on. They continue to support me, and I'm always thankful because anybody like yourself included, like y'all can take that $10, $20, and shit, you can go do anything. Yeah. Anything you want to do with that money. And for you to take a little bit of your paycheck that you work for and say, you know what, let me make sure I go shop with Ed and get a couple jars or get a couple of, like I treat, and people might say, oh, he just talking shit, but no, I really appreciate of that because think about it, bro, you could literally spend money on anything you want. Somebody can say, bro, I'm trying to go some gas, somebody to go buy some this. I'm not shopping with dude, I'm on the McDonald's. Like you could do whatever you want to do. So for people to take that $10, $20 or anything beyond that, is a blessing for me because it's showing me that they believe in me. Yeah. You, as much as like, you know, people might just look at, oh, they my customers, they got to do that. I'm like, no, bro. I can have all the jars, all the butters, all this shit, right? I can have it all here. If I don't have customers, what do I have? I'm just somebody with a bunch of product.
That's it.
People are, and just like people got this concept of you an entrepreneur, you work for yourself, you ain't got to listen to nobody. You do. You work for the people.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. Like I teach the young ones all the time. Like they be like, yeah, I'm trying to be like you, Tech. I want to be a videographer or whatever, and I ain't got no bosses. I'm just like, no. I was like, every person that hires you is your boss. So it's like technically that's what they are. But it's like the difference is it's like I'm in control of the hours that I put in. I'm in control of when we're going to shoot. I'm in control of like picking locations. But a lot of that shit come with a little bit of high stress sometimes because you got to deal with venues that might want to charge you something or a secret charge and they don't tell you until you get there and you call ahead and you can do all kind of stuff. And I was like, so there's a lot of different facets to the game that school can't teach you for real. You know, like they teach you how to do the job. They don't really teach you how to run the business.
Yeah, you got to get in the field. You got to learn it.
Got to get in the field. Like,
but you get the concept there because you really understand this bit. Like a lot of people that's not doing it, they think, oh, I'm just gonna be my own boss. And this, and you are your own boss. You are.
You are.
I literally work for people. Every time somebody orders, I work for this person because if I drag my feet on getting it order out, they're like, bro, where's my shit? I paid. Where's my stuff? And it's like, I work for this person. I got to get their stuff out. I have multiple bosses. It's just when it comes to the overall EBO thing and how I pick how I run it. I pick the sense, I pick the design, I do everything I want to do. There's no cap on what I can make. I just got to make it.
Right.
It's the difference is like, I think that concept has been kind of like the entrepreneur concept has been not watered down. I just think people don't really give the true essence of what this shit is. Like, you are an entrepreneur, you are on your own, you do make shit happen, but you do have bosses.
Time management is key. Like, I'm horrible with procrastination with a lot of stuff, but I have so many projects that are in queue. So it's like you gotta make time, but you also gotta make time for like your self-care, for the workout. You know, you gotta work out. Like you don't have to be no fucking Mr. Olympia, right? You ain't gotta be none of that. You can just treadmill 30 minutes and
that get you 4 days out to 7. To me,
I agree.
You get 4 days out to 7.
I agree.
4 good days out of the 7, you good. Take your weekends, do your thing.
Yeah.
Friday, you might not go to the gym on Friday night, but you might tap into it real quick and say, I'm gonna get a 30-minute.
Sure.
But like you said, to do this, like as weird as it is, you do, because my shoulder do be tight. Like I'm like moving. Like, you gotta be good. Like my hands, I gotta make sure my hands good. People think that's wild, but it's like these are your primary resources when they come to anything. I can't make these jars. I can't pack these orders. My hands, I got to make sure, because arthritis is real. You got the camera. You got to be able to shift and maneuver. Like your hands is important. Like if it was me, I get these motherfuckers insured. You know what I mean? Like a boxer. Like
boxers do, they get registered. That made me want to ask you this question, man. Like we talking about like working out and health and stuff like that. I saw you post something about you had to go to the hospital because you had put it online. And you had overcome something, but I didn't know what it was. But like, how did you overcome that? And what do you feel? What changes did you have to make to be able to continue to run your platform?
I take my ass to the hospital. That's what helped me. Like, I'm not no big hospital dude, but what happened was, I had this thing with my heart.
Okay.
Flutter. It was called a heart flutter.
Okay.
What happened was this particular time. At that time, like. I had this for years. I never knew though. I never knew. I just thought it was from bad eating, smoking, all that stuff, like college life. I thought that's what it was when I was in college. So what happened was it was 4th of July weekend 2020. I was out with the homies, and then like that Sunday, my heart just would not stop beating. So imagine like you run and you exercise, but it don't stop. Even if still. So it just was going, and I didn't know what was going on. I was like, well, it was 4th of July. Maybe I'm just outside, the fireworks smoke.
I'm lit,
like all that stuff played a role. I'm thinking that's playing a role. So that Sunday go by, I'm in pain. Monday come by, I'm like hurting. But I'm like, nah, I ain't trying to go to the hospital. I'm like, I don't know what I'm like, is it COVID at the time? I'm like, nah, it ain't COVID, it ain't that. So then Tuesday finally come out, I'm trying to eat. I couldn't keep food down. I couldn't keep nothing. I had chills. Then I just was like, I told my mother and them, I was like, I gotta go to the hospital.
Yeah.
when they heard that, they know me. I don't. So once that hit, they
probably like snapped on and they just.
At 4 in the morning, I went to the hospital. My mother and my pops dropped me off, and I remember the first thing they did, they put me in a wheelchair, opened my shirt, and they started connecting all this shit to me. And I think what really motivated me though, to like after that, to like make sure I really got together is like looking at that look in my mother's face and not ever want her to feel like that again. Yeah. Like I watched her, them like, you know, it's COVID. She couldn't come in there.
Yeah.
You know, took me in the wheelchair, I'm connected. And to see like that look of sadness in her face, like, and she was just so broke down, like, you know, and I'm like, I'm playful. I'm like, Mom, good, I'll be all right. But in that moment in my head, I'm like, I don't fucking know if I'm leaving. I really didn't.
Right, yeah, you don't know.
And then they, you know, they give me a pill to slow my heart rate down. My heart rate was like 200 over 90. It was crazy. Like it was bad. Like
that sounds crazy.
It was just wild situation, but I had to get 2 procedures. Like that day alone, they took blood, they stopped my heart for like a minute. They really stopped it. And then they jolted it back with electricity. Now I'm asleep and when all this happened. So, you know, I'm under the thing. So that happened. But, you know, they told me in 2 months I was gonna have to come back and they was going to try to laser the thing off. So what they did in 2 months, I came back. They go through your groin with like this micro tube and they lasered the thing off my heart and it would stop it from fluttering.
Wow.
Time, like, it was just like, you know, talking to the lady in the hospital. I was 29 at the time. I had just turned 29. And she was like, you too young to be in here for your heart. Like, she was like, it was an older Black woman. And she was like, bro, you're not 30. What are you in here with heart-related issues? And I'm like, you know, I'm feeling bad. Like, I don't know. I'm just, you know, I'm trying to get it together. And, you know, just from there though, like once I did that, bro, like my whole 20s, I was 300 plus pounds. I've been 300 plus pounds probably since. Now, like once that happened, like I had lost weight and I just started doing.
Bro, you got cut up. You did the thing, bro. Like
I used to be my biggest, bro, 2016 at the wedding. At the wedding, it was like my biggest. I probably was like 350.
Yeah.
My 350, I just wore it well. Like I was big, but I wasn't.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Same.
But like
we had to be.
I got like better situated. I started eating better. I started more working out, bro. Like I'm probably, even right now, I'm probably about 280.
Good. That's what I'm trying to get back down to. The heaviest I was 405. And so I noticed, and I carried the shit well because I played ball back in the day and I was very athletic and I had, you know, I was flexible. Yeah, just big dude. And like, long story short with me, you know, I got into boxing. I had always liked boxing and I love the preparation it takes to be a boxer. I just like training. So I like training. I do hand mitts with people and all that. And so like, I like to train people, but I also like to train myself, spar and all that kind of stuff, because sparring does something for your mental that I can't explain, that it just builds you up as a person. But then it's like, you know, you're using your whole body to do this exercise. So I lost like 100 pounds. And so like, by the time I got married, I was like 288. And that was the lowest. That was the first time I was 30 years old and I was 288 pounds. My wedding day, I was feeling like the man. But like that was the first time I had been under 300 since like 2004. Like I was in high school the last time I was 200 something pounds. So you know what I'm saying? So it's important. No, that's
very important. I mean, just to do business, like you gotta
exactly.
You can't do business if you unhealthy. And
right.
I said like, but business too also can put you in it, because a part of my reason why I kept going, I was just stressed out.
Yeah, respect.
Then why it finally hit me like that, but it was like you going hours making jobs, you not sleeping good, you up at 5 and you going to sleep at 2:30.
Yeah, I've been doing it the last 3 weeks. I gotta cut it out. I gotta cut it back out.
Right, like not sleeping definitely affects your heart. And then, you know, like I said, I done been through some shit. I never wish that type of pain on nobody in my life, bro. Like,
yeah,
I was like, I ain't never been scared of, like, I'm not gonna say I ain't been scared of dying because you know it's coming. Right. But It's more so I was more scared this time because you literally had no control.
Yeah.
Time I was really
I can respect that. I had a similar, that didn't happen to me. I had like I started having a series of anxiety attacks, and that's what led up to my changing my life. Like I had losing weight and like staying in shape and like living a physically more healthy lifestyle was always part of my life. Cause like I said, we've been athletes before, you know, but then like after a while, the blessing that comes from organized sports is having that drive in you to know that you need to do something else outside of what you're doing regular.
Exactly.
But like those anxiety, like I thought I was having a heart attack, man. And my wife now, that was my girl. Then she on the way over we about to eat pizzas and watch, but it was some movie we was about to watch and shit. And so like I couldn't breathe for like, I don't know, like 30 seconds. And then I started feeling lightheaded and I thought, you know, shit was getting dark. And I was like, damn, I'm having a heart attack. Like I was trying to figure it out. And I had like these pizzas and shit I was eating on. And I was like, all right. So I threw that shit. I just threw that shit down and just took off. It was funny. I took off running. My dumb ass was scared, bro. I was like, I'm about to die and shit. It's like, you going outside? What the fuck you going outside?
Yeah, going outside,
bro.
I feel it though.
She pulled up, man, and I told her, just get me to the hospital, man. I told her to drop me. I had just met her. That we were still kind of, you know, but
oh yeah,
I was like, bro, I was new, and I was like, this ain't a good look. But I was like, I can't drive myself right now, so I'm like, just drop me off at the hospital, bro. And I was
man, I literally blacked out in the car on the way to the hospital. I woke up, we was there. I was like, what the fuck happened? Like, kick my ass. And I ain't never been scared like that. Cause it's like, you literally, it's just you and God. And it's like, if you want me, cool. If not, let me stay.
Yeah.
Those are
the only two options.
Only option, because it was nothing I could do. Like, I've been through it before, but never to that extent.
Yeah.
And, you know, but it was like, it was a moment when that happened too. That's when you sitting there like, I'm meant to do this. I'm meant to be here, but I got to change my ways of doing business. Like I can't stress myself out trying to do this. I got to give myself off days and some time. Like I'm 7 to 7. I would go 7 days a week, Monday through Sunday. I'm not taking off. I'm locked in. I'm still be trying to battle that now because it's hard to not do that. It's like, you're not working. You be sitting there like, man, I could be working. But
it's the anxiety, bro. But we have to work harder to shut our minds off so we can just enjoy what it is we doing. But It's like, it's impossible if you, it's like going back to time management. Time management is key. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like my new calendar, what I'm doing is setting aside hours for what it is. So it's like 2 hours, you know, Lemon Water Chronicles, 2 hours Tech Life Productions, 2 hours Tack on Drums, 2 hours work, or 4 hours work. And so it's like, after that, you know what I'm saying? Or if I can do it, I try to just do that one thing. And if I get done with everything that I think I'm done with, then I'll move on to the next thing. So it's a process. Like I haven't really perfected it. I'm trying to get it down to a science where it's just like automatic, but it takes time.
I definitely take time, but it's worth it though. Like in the long haul, when you in business and just trying to elevate your craft and yourself, like being healthy is the catalyst of everything. Like you can't get nothing done if you're not feeling up to it. And that's not just a physical thing, like even mentally, like you get tested. I think a lot of people more so their battles be mental anyway. And that's the part like it's hard because everybody got a different capacity of what they could take and what they can't. But I always tell people like, but just stand strong, just stay firm with it, man. If you got a support system, use it. Like, don't be scared to talk to people. Like, of course, I know as men, we usually don't really go too in depth with how we feeling or what it is. But when you got them solid homies that really just listen to you and like, you know, niggas, they gonna make jokes about whatever the case may be. Same time, you know, it's always from love, but at the same time, you also getting real advice, real answers. Me and Ja talk about shit. He done helped me get through some shit. He might not know. I'm like, well, just that conversation got me in the. I'm back. You know what I mean? I'm back. Like he don't even know the other homies because it's like it's kind of different with us. Like how we treat it is more like, well, at least for me, how I look at it is like I want to make sure I do good because I'm a representation of this whole group.
Yeah,
you get what I mean. So I can't be a weak link. But I think it also motivates everybody else to make sure they not. So it's like, it's not competition, but it's more so the overall look of the game, how we got to look good. So being successful in our individual crafts, going hard with it. And then when you do got the homie that got something going on, lock in with him. Like if you, man, Job posts his art, bro, post his art. He got an event pop up. You know what I mean? Like we got support system, and that's the biggest thing. That's why I say I'm grateful for, like, when I say with my family I got something, my sisters coming, my cousins, you know what I mean? If my homies coming, you know what I mean? And they know, and I know they show up for me because they know that's how I am.
Yeah.
You know, I'm always glad about that because I know I get out what I put in. My friends know you got something going, you could talk to me, but I also carry that over into business with the customers. So my customers love that I got it kind of limited, but I'm accessible.
Yeah.
And DM me. I'll talk to you. I'll respond.
Yeah.
I'm not letting your shit go by like a day. I'll try to get back to you as fast as I can, but usually I'm back with you. What's your question? What's your issue? What you need? Because that's what I would want.
Yeah, exactly.
So
gotta be the change.
It's like,
how they say.
And taking that same approach with the customers, like customers be reaching out to me on non-business related shit. Like, what's up? Like, if I got time, what you want? Yeah, I think you should try that, bro. Don't give it a shot. What you got to lose? You know what I mean? Niggas be like, bro, I want to try this and that. And my whole thing is, why not you? So try it. Like,
why not you?
Why not you? Why can't you be the one? You know what I mean? Why can't you ball? Like, why? What you think you're not supposed to do good? You think you're not supposed to ball? You
right.
To go on trips? Like, I think I'm supposed to go on trips. I think I'm supposed to be able to take care of my mama and my grandma and my papa, you know, whoever need me.
Feeling.
Like, I feel. So it's like, why not you? I feel that for everybody. Everybody could be this. As much as, you know, people say, well, you know, you need workers if everybody a boss. I'm like, bro, you can still have a job and still be your own boss too.
Yeah, you can do both.
You can do both. But two things can be true. And I think people always get this concept of like, well, you this, and I'm like, nah, bro, like I still work for people. If I decide to go pick me up a part-time job today, it don't make me less of a boss.
I'm just getting in another way.
It just say I'm trying to get some extra. I'm trying to do this. I gotta go.
It's like I know I got something else I'm trying to pull off. It's just gonna require another stream.
Another source. Yeah, like I might not be like, it's not my goal to do that forever, but what I'm doing, I gotta funnel it. I gotta work. But you know, a lot of people are embarrassed about that. You can't be like business, bro. Like this shit literally is like a relationship. You're gonna watch it grow. It's like being a parent. You're gonna watch your child grow. You're gonna see it have its growing pains. You're gonna see it, you know what I mean? And you as the parent of it gotta figure these things out to help it progress. You gotta put your business in the right position to be successful. It's hard. Sometimes you don't know if you're making the right decision. Sometimes you think you're making the right decision and you're really making the wrong one, or the one that's not giving you the most, or that's not maximizing its potential. But again, all this comes with it, bro. Like it's no set answer because everybody gonna have a different path. But my thing is, as long as you step foot on your path and get it going, you ain't got nothing to worry about. You know what I mean? Because again, a lot of times too, I think a lot of times people think they fail, but you don't fail. A lot of times you might start a business that take you into some other shit. I felt like I failed selling hair because I stopped. Didn't fail. It just showed me how to deal with customer service, flip money, and do this and that. And then I just carried that knowledge that I learned after I stopped doing that into this. And this business is the one that thrived.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and it was crazy because when this was new, when this was a baby, the hair business is what kept it going, what kept me going.
Yeah,
but it's leverage. Yeah, that was how I was able to survive and put that money into this. And this is the one that popped off for me. But if I sat there and said like, damn, my hair business failed, then I would have been sitting there sad. But it's like, shit, I ain't failed. It just gave me what I needed for the time I did. I sold hair from 2013 to pretty much 2000, like top of 2016. Selling hair to women is very complicated.
Yeah, I'm about to say that's a difficult business to be in.
But it taught me customer service.
Oh yeah,
it will. A lot of games.
You know, you learn a lot about referrals dealing with hair because that is like, I mean, that's the crown. That's the crown of our women. So it's like.
And then it helped me transition to this because I already had experience in just a field of selling. People knew me for always selling something. So they say, all right, he always got good quality stuff, even though it's not something I particularly use. I know it's good. I know how he moving. I know how he do business. So now that it made people give you an opportunity again. They already saw you selling the hair. I had a lot of dudes that wouldn't buy bundles from me, but they saw me be successful. They saw the women buying it. They're like, oh, he got something else. Let me show him some love. Let me see. And then You know, so bro, like I love this shit. I really do. Like I love this shit. I love business. I love hustling. I love just trying to, it's like a game to me, bro. Like it's bigger than money. Like I love making the money,
Yeah.
but you turn literally something into that. Like that's what I love. Like I love the hustle of going to try to
It's
find.
just entrepreneurship on the good parts.
Yeah, like I love it. Like it's almost like how people be addicted to stuff.
Yeah.
Like I'm and as weird people might say it sound wild, but I'm addicted to that part. Like the outcome of it is always great because it's money. But the part I love, bro, is building this shit. Like I don't know. You seen Paid in Full?
Yeah, definitely.
Like Mitch was really like, I love the game. I love the
Love
hustle.
the game.
I love this shit. Like no matter what business I am, it's all business, bro. Like my goal is to be so wealthy one day where I get to a point where I'm comfortable and then I could travel the world just to see how other people do business.
Right.
But I mean, like my girl family from Sierra Leone, she went out there for the holidays and she told me how the market was. And I'm like, she's like telling me how like everybody haggling and this. And I'm like, ooh, that shit excited me. Cause I'm like, damn,
Yeah.
I'm really that guy. If I could do it there and then I go to China and I go here, like that's how I feel like there's a true testament of a businessman. If you could go elsewhere, learn the game and start to do business with them people, like that shit is exciting to me. So I think that's what keep me going because I'm like, all right, I'm learning it with this. But soon I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna learn about how they do business because I want to hustle in Africa. I want to learn how China, I want to be the plug. I want to figure out new ways to reinvent what I'm doing, be a new person. Like you don't want to just stay like bro, I don't know. I'm getting excited just thinking about it because it's
sound like it. I can hear it in your voice.
like that, bro. Like it's really like that because it's so, bro, the way business is done, like just in Alabama is probably different than how we do it in DC, than how they do it in Cali. So imagine just 50 states of people doing business. Then you going to Canada, Mexico, all these countries, and it's like some people don't even trade money. Currency could be this, it could be that. So you figure out every single lane you could jump in, and it's like, bro, that shit is literally like a drug. It's like, wow, because you get hyped up, like you like, I could do it. You know what I mean? I might get my ass whipped a little bit, but I'm a winner.
Right. That's gonna be part of it.
Yeah, it's part of it. I'm a winner,
man. You're gonna get hit, but it's like you learn how to get hit and still keep moving.
Every time, bro. Like, cause you can't stop, bro. You can't. Like, I'm 30 years old, going on 31. I feel like I know I'm gonna have a long life to live.
Right.
Can't let one thing stop me in my 30s. And I'm sitting here for 30 years talking about, damn, 2022, I did this and I can't go no more. No, bro. I just figure out the next thing. Figure out the next wave. If that means taking a few steps back, it's just about not letting the world get to you. Everybody be embarrassed about having to downgrade or downsize or whatever it is you might have to do, but it's you getting yourself right. You can't be worried about these people. You know what I mean? And I fought that too. You worried about what people gonna think and how they gonna feel. And once you kind of get that out your head and just say, this is what I'm gonna do, this is what I'm gonna lock in on, you'll really get what you want to get out of this world. I feel like that. Because it's not even just with business. Like if you put in the right amount of time and effort and things like that into your relationship, you'll have that relationship that you want to have. Will it be bumps and bruises? Of course, bro. We all in, like you married. Sure. I'm in a relationship. Right. Like bumps and bruises dealing with that shit, but you know that putting in this amount of effort and this amount of step is going to get me and get us what we want. Is it hard? Do we argue? Is it, it's that. There's that. But for the betterment, we know what we want. And it's like, we don't let these little things deter us from having a relationship.
That's right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Arguments.
You always got to see the bigger picture for sure.
Yeah, you can't just quit every time. Like same with business, like, every time shit get rough, you can't just up and say, fuck it, I don't want to do it no more. So you take that approach with everything in life, I think you'll be successful in everything you do. No matter what, what hardships you go through, reality checks you get, like, bro, this shit don't stop. You just, you know what I mean? You got to keep going. You got to. It's just shit. That's just what it is. I don't know how else to put it. Like, ain't shit you could do but keep going, bro.
Thanks. Bro, yeah. So everything you just said, what we talked about on and off, that's why I started the Lemon Water Chronicles podcast, man. Is, you know, originally it was just an idea, like we talked about ideas on the show. Lemon Water Chronicles came from going to Waffle House. I used to eat bad like a motherfucker all the time, and I always used to order lemon water because I didn't want to pay for no drink. And that was what it was. I was just like, I knew I wanted, like, that's what I wanted. And then like lemon water, and I was like, Lemon Water Chronicles. I just said that shit out loud one day, and it was just me. I went by myself this time, took a picture and everything. And the crazy thing is I found that photo in my phone like 2-3 days ago, and I was like, damn. But I'm, you know what I'm saying? It's a show for people to express what they got going on, where they at, and just for people to get to know more about the person, you know, like, you know, just more about them instead of it just being all about whatever else is in front, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, we appreciate you coming on tonight, man. I look forward to the next time that you come on. You know, I told Ja we got to get the 3 of us on here and just kind of go at it and see what's up. Like, let's just do it. Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah. That's what I was thinking, too. So, like, man, let everybody know where to follow you. You know, if you have a website, just, you know, shout it all out, and we'll
follow me on Instagram at EBO Beard Butter. On Twitter at EBO Beard Butter. It's EBO Beard Butter 1. So EBO Beard Butter and the number 1 on Twitter. Facebook like page is EBO Beard Butter. If you want to shop and grab some product, you can go on my Etsy site. It's www.etsy.com, and Etsy is spelled ETSY. So Etsy.com, and then you /shop/EBO Beard Butter. Or you could just go on Etsy.com and type in EBO Beard Butter. It should take you to my storefront, and you can purchase everything like that, man. Shout out to just everybody who's been supporting over the years, all the customers, all the friends, all the family. Of course, shout out to the higher power for always giving, you know, waking me up and giving me this, you know, the blessings and the spirit to come do this. Shout out to the Lemon Water Chronicles podcast for giving me the opportunity just to come and share. I'm still working on just getting, you know, talking more and things like that. So, you know, I hope, you know, the things we discussed, you know, could help the next man, next woman, and their goals and their, you know, their journey to become an entrepreneur. It's not hard. You can do it. Believe in yourself. Like you said, you was in there, you had that idea, and it just came to you. That's what it all started with, bro. It started with an idea, and then it started with putting a foundation with it and building and going from there. And as you see, you blessed, you at episode 19, and it all started with an idea in the Waffle House. And who would have thunk it? Now you 19 episodes in, and 19 more. Next thing you know, you'll be episode 1900. You
oh yeah, facts.
It only grows. It only grows. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
And I just appreciate you for just giving me the opportunity. I appreciate anybody who decides to check in and people we got going. I appreciate, like I said, everybody who just been there on my side, backing me, helping me. And shout out to my mother, the main person, because again, a lot of people think it was just me. If it wasn't for my mother, it would not be no EBO. She was the one that gave me the real game, the real foundation of how to do this. And I just added what I added to it. So, man, like without her, like I'm always gonna be grateful to Mom Duke. So she know when I'm up, she up. So
off top.
Pushing, man. And again, like thank you, man. And I hope we get in again. We get John here. That should be I don't know what.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be lit, bro. You already know this shit going up.
I'm with it, man. And I just hope that we can continue just building this platform and building this thing, you know, just with Black men, as what we can discuss and talk, you know, on and off camera. You know what I mean? So again, man, thank you. Thank everybody for tuning in. And I hope y'all like the episode when it dropped. You know, I hope everybody make sure y'all tap in. I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
Oh, yeah, man. It's gonna be nice, man. Like it's been great living in it and being in it currently. And so, you know, looking back at it as we watch it again, you know, it'll be even better because it'll be something that can be played over and over again for, like you said, the next man or the next woman to take the jewels that came from tonight and use them in your tomorrow, you know?
100%, man.
Yes, sir.
Definitely, bro. Thank you again, man.
Absolutely, man. And yo, you know, this has been episode 19 of the Lemon Water Chronicles podcast featuring EBO, Beard Butter, Ed, the master. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget, man, when life gives you lemons. Man, oh yeah. Show them the stuff, man. I'm gonna be tripping. Show them the stuff.
Got some washes right here. That's the
Yes.
big Anjou pen. I actually got a closet full of beer. But matter of fact, I'm about to
Yeah, you might as well just go ahead and show the people what you got going
My
on.
bad,
I should have asked you to do that earlier.
This is the infamous closet I got. And you know, right now I'm getting orders in the shop. It's late night, but you see, so
orders going out,
man.
No worries.
Tomorrow morning, man, Valentine's Day is approaching, so I'm getting everybody's stuff going and gone.
That's what's up. Oh man. All right, man. So appreciate you showing the products. I should have got you to show them earlier, but we got deep into it, and it was beautiful, man. It was a beautiful message, man. Well orchestrated, well put together. You know, not rehearsed, just raw and real, and I appreciate that the most.
Anytime, man.
But yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just saying thank you, bro. That's
Oh
it.
yeah. Thank you for your time, because you could have did anything else with this time, bro. For real. So.
Oh man, you know I gotta support.
Right.
Those who support me for sure.
Oh yeah, off top. But yeah, man, y'all remember, man, when life gives you lemons, make lemon water.
Yes, sir.
Lemon water. When life gives you lemons, make lemon